It's West Coast Wednesday. Is today Wednesday? Hell yeah, it is. Get your Wednesday on. Wake up on the West Coast. It's when the East Coast meets the West Coast with the most coast. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Gather around, everybody. I know, I know. But y'all killing me with y'all text messages and stuff. So it must mean I can't sleep. So when I can't sleep, hey, what's up? You better not have been live. I came on here and another good channel um was live, so I waited. They were premiering, so I went in their environment. Hey Ellen P, how you doing today? Do they celebrate this oh do they celebrate I don't even know what you call today. For those of you in the spirit, in your spirit, so do they celebrate the birth of Jesus, or is it Christmas in respect to the birth of Jesus? I gotta ask a question. Maybe that's gonna crack this one. Or is it, what is this thing? Is it Christmas in the terms of buying gifts? I'm going in a drawer looking for. I don't even know what I'm looking for, to be quite honest. Who is this person? I'm gonna have to look this up. And that's it. Oh, okay. So just buying gifts for people, right? All right. I don't think hey MATC. I don't think all right. Y'all know what if you don't know, I'm about to tell y'all. Um I woke up this morning. The real speakers corner. Y'all should know each other. Um so anyway, I'm on this mission. I got up this morning and I had given T Money. I had given my daughter I'm looking for a receipt for from Pandora and I can't find it. But I've given T Money a Keurig, right? Um so I've been waiting for her to open and use the Keurig and all, like I've been like waiting. I had put my K cups all on stack. Like I was ready. I had got my yeah, I did. I got I got my creamer, right? The creamer that I like, everything, right? And I'm just waiting for her to open up this darn box so I can use the darn thing. And this child was taking forever to open this thing. So finally she opened it sometime today. And that reminds me, I should listen to my sound because y'all let me sound like a hot ass mess and nobody will say anything to me. So let me take a peek at that before. Hey, Joy. So don't come in here with bad and bougie. Y'all, yesterday I was at work and I almost couldn't make it to the bathroom in time at work. This woman had everything busting on me. I was busting out. I was sitting there. I couldn't. I was like, oh my God. Oh, oh my gosh. She said some things. I was like, clutch my pearls. I have just ran into somebody crazier than me on the YouTuber. I was, I'm not even gonna lie, I was shocked. Oh, stuffing. I just hit something. I don't know if this is a script. I don't know what this is. Hold on. Oh, why am I touching stuff? Oh, this is just. I don't know what this screen. Oh my goodness. I don't know what that is. Hold on. Let me. Oh man. Did I mess this up or what? I don't know what this is. This looks like some. I don't know if it's element. I don't know what this is. Let me just press the X button over here. So we X that out. I don't know what that is. That was some scientific shiz going on. Oh, is this even plugged in anymore? Oh no, maybe it's not. Did I take? Hold on, because I think I might have took this. Oh, that's why my mouse is not working. Hold on, I done took my mouse piece. What did I do with it? I sure did. I might have to buy a whole new mouse. Hmm. All right. I guess I can't use that. No, it's touchscreen. Yeah, she made a few people mad. He did a response, so we laughed harder. Man, listen. Man, man. That's about it. But anyway, today we're gonna do something unique. Let me see how I sound. My mic sound nice. I doubt it. Well, I don't know because nobody said anything, so I'm just assuming it did. But we about to get to the bottom of that right now. Deluxe monthly. So what did y'all do with y'all day? Who is she? Uh, wait, cream cheese pound cake. That should look nasty. Okay. I'm just saying, these people be acting like their stuff don't stink. I'm just hoping people know. Oh, I lost a subscriber. Oh, 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 oh. I feel that pain. That's all right. I done unsubscribed to a million of you mofos today. Oops. Hold on, I hit the wrong button. This that bull crap I be on. Why I hit the wrong button? Go back over here. I just hit the wrong button. Hold on a second. Mm, 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 mm. So I know the feeling, but this is the time to do that, y'all. Now I'm sounding like Alethea. Shout out to Alethea. I hope she had a good day today. I did not speak to her at all today, so I will be texting her when I finish this live. View in the dashboard. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to the dashboard. Oh, hello to the two of y'all in here. It says seven. Hey to the seven of y'all in here. I know you don't want to speak. It's okay. Y'all eating right now. Hey to the seven of y'all in here. All right, that sounds pretty good. Okay, that sounds good. Okay. All right, we're just gonna leave that like that and go back to where we came from. Okay. All right. So this is the time when you could really start looking through y'all feed. Now, it's true. Some of y'all I stayed subscribed to, right? Because I didn't want to unsubscribe, but I don't really care right now. I didn't want to unsubscribe to folks and then later on get caught subscribing to them again because I wanted to see when they went live. I'm over it. I just unsubscribed. I really went through my feed and got rid of all of y'all. A while ago, I kept y'all, but I put it on like do not notify me or whatever it was. But you know what? We're going into 2020 and I have decided not to take you with me. Bye, Felicia. So I have definitely decided not to take you with me. And unfortunately, it is most and almost every one of you in the K4J community. Whatever y'all call yourselves, whoever y'all was, I've decided not to take y'all with me into 2020. Absolutely. There is only, I believe there's only one channel that that is out of the big Kanika channels. So understand what I'm saying. There's only one channel that was here when I was watching Kanika channels that I watch to this date. What you thanking Caucasian Jesus for? Ugh. And how did you get? Oh, I was about to say Nightbot is not on his job because Nightbot was supposed to take out. The Nightbot is like, damn, you made me do some work. Yeah. So I have removed all of y'all channels. So if I got any channels left that consider themselves part of that community, I don't consider you part of that community. I consider you the Wrap It Up community. And I derived out of the Wrap It Up community, right? So that was out of campaign Wrap It Up. But guess what? A lot of you that was in that campaign Wrap It Up, I done wrapped you up. I done wrapped you up because as I reflect on 2019, um, I started with how did I get into 2019? And the one thing I wanted to do when I moved into 2019 was to not be involved in um, disputes back and forth. Now I don't have not one regret for the Alethea situation. So don't I you will not have me walking that back. So any fight, disagreement, um, that has come out of that, I'm willing to live with it. And I'm willing to live with the loss of that relationship, that experience, um, because you know why? I believe that what happened to her was unjust. And as we embark on 2020, I'm hopeful that we will have some resolution there because we did the groundwork in 2019. Um, I'm hoping, I'm just hoping to elevate it to other levels. And I don't have a problem doing it. I just ain't had no time yet to get it started. So do not believe for one moment that I put a video up here showing everybody how to go to the feds and complain. Do not believe for one moment I won't be stepping foot in the Fed territory on this. And this is the real Fed, not any Fed that's about to get locked up, might get locked up. No, 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 no. It's not no Fed. This is the federal government. And I put the website up here, and it is a real viable site that takes these type of fraudulent activities seriously, and eventually we will file there. Eventually we will file there. So and you know, people like, why do you tell the criminal what you're gonna do? Because the criminal wanna know. The criminal actually absolutely wants to know that one day, Fed boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when the feds come for you? You know, y'all just don't know. And you know, you spent almost a year, 11 months trying to figure out what's my next move. So I just figure I tell you it's because as I reflect on 2019, it's something that you should know. It's a step you should know. And since I know you're afraid to check me, y'all can be up in here and talk all the smack y'all want to talk on this shit. But you won't pick up the phone and you won't call that police department and you won't self incriminate yourself over there because you understand the consequences of that bullshit. And I know for months you just wanting to know what I was up to. That's all. I go to sleep very good at night. You know why? Because I don't take anything that don't belong to me. I don't try to mislead people. I don't try to engage in shit I ain't got no business engaging in. You know? Go into 2019 turning over that leaf. But I know some of you, as we was approaching 2019, was leaving 2018 thinking y'all was in the money. Right about now, some motherfucker was like, I'm in the money. I'm getting rid of my child support. You understand? And I don't care how you take it. That is how it appears, and we'll just let it fly where it flies. Again, if I happen to be wrong and something else should come out, I'll let you know with a nice apologetically me. But until said time, I'm just going to continue doing me. So, but if you was part of that wrap it up world, I probably done wrapped your channel up. I don't care if you don't come over here. I don't care what you do. I really don't. I really don't. All right. The other day, I purchased some argan oil from the natural store, and I showed it to y'all. The natural store gave it to me in a clear bottle, and I'm still like trying to figure this out because everyone knows that if you have pure oils, right, you need to store it in a dark bottle. So I was all over trying to find me a dark bottle to put this in, but I couldn't find. I need to go to the container store, and I haven't been to the container store. So I'm recycling an old Moroccan oil bottle that I purchased. This is the Moroccan oil treatment, which is argan oil as one of its main ingredients. So if there's any residue, which there really isn't in here, um, it's argan oil based as well. So I am going to use this. Now we on West Coast time. Um, I did cook for my daughter today, and then she went into a coma. I only made what she asked me to make for her. As you guys know, I always since it's just me and her, I feel like on the days when I get an opportunity for it just to be me and her and I'm not traveling or anything, I can what you mean poor Tia? That's a good thing. That means she ate well and went into a coma. She went into a food coma, whatever you black folks call it. What you black folks call it when y'all eat so much and it puts y'all to sleep? Oh, Igoritis. She went into Puerto Ricanitis. She did Puerto Ricanitis. Okay. I just want to stand corrected. Don't get mad. You can hit the dislike on your way out. You done like she done made it Puerto Ricanitis. I can't take her. I can't stand her. You know where you saying that from? The dislike button. After you done came in here and heard some shit made your head hurt. Sorry. I just have to do that for a living. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna put my argan oil inside this container. This smells so good. Let me see. And that's it. Oh, Honey Lot want to make her round. She's like, "Hey, Jason." All right, so we gotta get the rest of this out of here. So the bottom line is, I'm just transferring while I'm talking to y'all. I'm just transferring my argan oil to a dark container so that but I have to keep this in the space with me because ain't nobody else you miss, girl. You know ain't nobody up in here. It's only 7 of us. Don't be trying to diss me talking about anybody else I miss. You only miss the people in the lounge. See how that slide shade be coming up in here? Something fierce. Now, what's good about this is that I meant to see if this was the same smell. I am on one. All right. I'm up here just I'm doing me. I'm just doing me. I'm just talking about I reflect on 2019. You must have wrote all in caps. Please release the clap lock feature. Y'all make it Nightbot is like the freakers. I'm on holiday. Okay, anywho's. So Nightbot is a gang member. He a gang member. He not even a member. He a member. He a gang member. Okay. Anywho, I made her some stewed chicken. I don't know what y'all call it. It's not smothered chicken. Like I've been trying to figure out what this is, and I really didn't want to make this meal because hey, Bad and Bougie, I didn't want to make this meal because it was Chico's favorite meal. It's the one when we ain't had no money, he'd be like, "Go get some of that and make that, and we sell dinners." Good evening, Miss Washington. Yeah, he'd be like, "Want to sell dinners to the Negroes on the corners." But it was my signature dinner inside the piece. I don't know why everyone loved that. Anyway, T loves it. She asked for it, so I made it. Ooh, it does smell. It does smell the same. All right, so even though this probably got some extra shit in it when it's bottled, but now we're gonna use this, and we've transferred my argan oil to a dark bottle so that it won't lose its purities um, with the sunlight, as it may lose its purities with this one. Now the little whatever this is has some left in it. Oh man, did I fuck up something here? Did I touch something? Okay. Okay. So I will finish shaking the stuff out of here, pouring the rest out of here. But I have to keep this in my space with me because my other argan oil disappeared. And I paid $10 for this little bottle. So I surely going to drain everything out of it. There you start with some money is flowing. No, these are recycled nails, or what we call these. These are blinged up courtesy of Mo. See, I go to the nail salon and I asked them for something, and then they gave me a ridiculous price. So I came home and I bought me some of the stones for $10. I got they were $5.99. $5.99. They was like 50% off whatever. I got me the katina, which is the stick to pick them up with. I did buy a case to put my stones in, and I bought courtesy of Honey Lot. Shout out to Honey Lot. Last year, Honey Lot gave me a gift certificate to Ulta. So I went to Ulta. I held on to my gift certificate, my gift card at Ulta, and I went in there and I finally had something to buy, and I bought me um the whatever that is to put your nails in. What do they call this thing? We put it over here. The baker, whatever it is. Hey Leotis, I put it inside there, and I sat here one day on a live and I blinged them up. I even put the glitter on there. So uh She said, shout out to me a whole damn year. I didn't say nothing. I know. No, she did say something. She said, let me send you another let me send you another gift card. Maybe you'll buy something now. And I was like, no, I just don't know what to buy with it. So I'll just hold on to it. And that's it. So I ended up getting um that gel thing. And with the gift cards I got at work, I'm researching on the internet because I want to get the strong clear gel. Hey Darian, I want to get the strong clear gel so that every time I go, um I'm just getting plain pinks and whites, and I will come home and color them myself. So there'll be no more extra $20 from me. You're getting whatever it takes for you just to put my shiz together, and that's it. The reign of terror on the nail salon is over. And for those of you that watched me, I think it was earlier in the week or Sunday, I told y'all about my experience Saturday with the pedicure thing. So I don't even know where I'm gonna get pedicures at. Well, I know where I could get my pedicure from. I know I'm never getting a pedicure again from the what do you call that thing? From a mall salon. I'm going to places where they ask you for an appointment because asking you for an appointment has a lot to do with stuff. All right, this is Pajama Jammy Day because we are talking to the West Coast. I just want y'all to know this is my Victoria's Secrets that my daughter bought me. I didn't wear them until now. I was downstairs putting garbage out. I was like, ooh, like I was thonging it in my Victoria's Secrets downstairs. There's a guy that was like, he was at the outer door as I was putting out the garbage, and I act like I didn't see him. I was like, I hope he don't think I'm gonna open the door for him, and I'm in my pajamas. That'd be a whole problem. If he ain't got a key or a doorbell to ring, he will not be in the hallway with me. All right, that's my alarm letting me know. It's just like these shredding documents on the live. You damn Skippy. I'm doing my business. I'm trying to do it. All right. So now, without further ado, I'm going to get you folks. We're getting ready into 2020. Are y'all ready? You're getting a late gift since you won't be shopping in some of them. I'm just saying. Okay, here we go. So, as y'all know, I did get from one of my gift boxes the Erin Condren surprise box. There came a writing journal. I forgot what they called it. I'm sure they don't call it a writing journal, but I am. Remember, it came with the little books. Remember, and then it came with this thing, and I put it in there. It's like a Midori, like a travel thing. One of the and then a couple of days later, I bought the budget book that I ain't used yet. Well, I used it. Let me correct myself. I used it in the month. Oh, it says December. I wrote in it in December, but I ain't used it really this month. Oh, I need to go through that. Yeah, I used it December 1st, 2nd, 3rd. That was it. Hey, Miss G. So that was the second planner type book. The book that came inside the box, if you may recall, was the weekly intentions and goals. So I started looking through this. It's called a petite planner. And I read this first thing. So let me read to you what I read, and then you tell me how you feel about it. And I thought it was a good thing to come here and share with y'all and work on the exercises together. So, for those of you who want to join in, you can go to your local Walmart or stationery supply place and buy you a soft covered composition notebook. Let me repeat this for the people inside of the lounge. You can go to your local supply, be it Staples, anything, and get you a composition notebook. Now, the reason why I'm saying a composition notebook is because you want to have something that's a soft covered composition notebook so that you can begin to partake in this exercise if you want to. So let's explain the exercise. I gotta get the other light on. And I'm just gonna come on as an upload in the evening. I'm gonna do it as a premiere so that you guys could write in your journal and have time to write in your journal. All right, so this exercise is looking back to look ahead. And that's exactly what I've been doing because I wasn't here Monday and I wasn't here Tuesday. I was looking back on this experience so that I could look ahead. And I was just saying, the more I keep doing this, the more frustrated I get. And I did a whole series of stuff reflecting on the channel itself. And the only thing that keeps me going with the channel right now is saying hi to some of you. Saying hi to some of you. Okay. The only reason why I haven't went back into the gated community is because some of you are not part of my gated community, and I would hate not to have you as part of the discussion. So that's why I'm still here in the open format. But eventually, I think that I will become so boring to those that are in other worlds that sooner or later they won't even be watching me. All right, looking back to look ahead. The first part of the Petite Planner is a space for you to look back, record what's happened, what you've done, and what you want to reflect on that's happened in the past. Okay, I did it for the channel, and I only did it for. I actually looked at 2 years in my undertaking. I looked at 2018 with what I wanted to do, and I looked at 2019 what I was able to achieve in that period of time. And there are a lot. If I go through, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it on Sunday show. I will go in depth through what I brought to the table here. It's a significant amount of verses, and the reason, and it is a true amount of firsts. Um, hold on a second. The camera went when I talk about first because it knows that haters are like, this B is not gonna go there with her firsts. Of course I am, because all of you know I did it first, and it's the reason why you hate me. It's not even the reason why you dislike me. It's the reason why you hate me. If I have your email, then you're in the gated community because I do it by email. Sometimes when I don't feel like enough people have answered and come. So it's Mo Justice 72. If you send me your email, I put you on the gated community list. And normally I only send out the email like when I think that the feed didn't go out to people because because I have fuck Zuckerzoid. Because I have the channel, I know when it doesn't go to me as an email. So if it doesn't go to me as an email, I can imagine it's not going to the rest of the good people that want to watch me. So then I send out the email. When I do the gated community, it was such a big deal, but I created the gated community here. That's where you, that's one of the first. So it's where I sent out an email to folks that said they were interested in viewing me without or having a discussion without being in the mainstream. It was very successful. We went a whole 3 months on my other channel, just meeting there via the link and having a discussion without the unwanted trolling. And their conversations were as peaceful as they are now when we get an occasional troll. Which is why I don't really have to do it because I stayed away long enough with that 3 month period that the people were no longer interested. Hold on a second. Where the people were no longer interested and we were able to just continue to thrive. And I got to know people better. But of course, you know, folks thought that because we weren't going live, they thought I wasn't here. And then they soon found out that that was not true. Um, and then there was all kinds of talks about who leaked it. So people kept saying, I got it. I got it. They ain't never proved that they had it. I'm going to say that one more time. They ain't never proved that they had it. And the one person that I did feel probably leaked it to somebody, I had to check her directly. Like, because it was just obvious based on who said they got what, that who might have been the person. I ain't never seen the person again either. They ain't never come back. So it could be, it wasn't being a serious hater. I think that when you exclude people, right, even though the offer was not, the offer was anybody interested, just send me your email, right? And then I'll put you on the list, right? The fact that it was supposed to be exclusive made people want to breach it. And I think it got to the point where people would lie to say they had it. But since I'm not gonna call you out and be like, prove it, bust a move, show me the one that you got, um, it just didn't make any sense. I don't really think it made people curious. I think that the goal at that point was to make me not trust the people around me so that they would there would be inner fighting because I would feel a discomfort that there was a traitor amongst us. But at the end of the day, there was nothing said in the gated community sessions that I wouldn't have said in the open format. The only thing that was different, I wanted to control who was listening, who was invited to discuss with me. The one thing you can't do on the YouTube. And, I wish they would reconsider that. So maybe, the people that are members only environment, maybe it's a little bit different. Maybe I got to wait till I get to a certain level in order to warrant that kind of exclusivity. But at the end of the day, we just do what we do. Okay. When you're planning for the life you want to live in the future, whether that's 5 minutes, a month, or a year from now, it's important also to reflect on the person you are right now and the things you've done in the past. You've done important things, have learned a lot, and have grown so much. It's worth remembering everything that you've done and what you're capable of and celebrating that. And that's one of the things we don't do enough of. We don't celebrate just being here, celebrating the challenges that we've already passed through to get us to the next bank of challenges, things to be triumphant over, to achieve the next set of goals that we want to reach. For some person, that could be as simple as buying a home. You know darn well that you have to plan accordingly if that's what you want. You have to discipline yourself and make some changes. And the only way you do that is by really doing reflecting, looking at what you're working with, what you need to have, and securing what you have to secure. Everything in life um, is conditioned on where you've been. When we see all of this anger and hostility that's presented against other people's lifestyles, it's because they're looking at you and they're seeing you, they're seeing you as who you are today. They're not seeing the person that was broken, bruised, and improved. Now, some people, because we've been here together now 2 years, they have seen the challenges. They've been part of the good moments and the bad moments. And some people are willing to celebrate your achievements with you, while others are willing to, I want to say desecrate on it. Like, while some people are celebrating your challenges and the fact that you've endured them and moved on, some other people like to just celebrate negative stuff. That's why you keep seeing all of these, what they call drama channels, because they want to reflect on the bad side of whatever occurred in your life, because it's entertainment for them, because they don't have any other way to entertain themselves in their life. Um, so it's unfortunate, but that's just the way that's just the way things are. And that's just the way things are in the social world. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Um, it really is. It really is. And I know a lot of people who have come here and shared their down moment. Um, at any given moment, Mr. Brown, a channel can become a drama channel. I've been victim of it too. And it goes by responding. This dude right here, this Jack Spade, I want to I want to debate with him so bad. You guys have no idea how bad I want to debate with him. Because I want him to go wee, 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 all the way home. Because there were just some days when Jack Spade be talking, and I just be like, oh, I can't believe this man just said that. But he is a true somebody from the conscious community, because he knows how to have those kind of conversations. He really knows how to have the conversations that will drive you crazy. Um, I can't stand the fact that they wrote this shit in this lighter text. I just want y'all to see the text. It's driving me crazy because it's in that light gray text. And y'all know me in my head, I can't do it. So you've you've done important things, have learned a lot, and have grown so much. It's worth remembering everything that you've done and what you and what you're capable of. It goes on to tell you to let your dreams run free. And I honestly think that as we get older, I'm in my 40s, we tend to not dream as much as we did in our younger days. Um, so I'm gonna make a commitment. I'm gonna do more dreaming, and like just like I wish I had this, or I'm gonna do more of that in 2020 and trying to make those dreams realities. Um, so that's the part about reflecting. Reflecting is just looking at where you've been and what you've accomplished, what you didn't accomplish, what were the challenges, how were you successful through the challenges? Is this still a challenge? What can you do? Or just identifying it as the reflective part. Now, what's an intention? An intention is a guiding principle about how to live your life during whatever time period that you'd like. Intentions can be broader than goals, they can be centered on a feeling or action, but don't have to be. You can focus on a few or a lot of different intentions at one time, and depending upon what you want to or need at any point in your life, you can focus on certain intentions over others. Examples of intentions include: I will be more present, I will focus on putting myself first, I will speak my truth more. So those are kind of what the purpose of having a place to write your intentions down, helps you revisit it and structure something. So, the first part of the book, and for the next few days, I want you to just take some time to get your journal, composition notebook. They got, you can go to, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're by your Walmart, you can go to Walmart. Walmart has a line of books called Expedit, Expite, expedited, Expited. They come in all kinds of colors. They have all types. They have college ruled. They have wide rule. If write big, like you belong in kindergarten or something. Um, you got conscious community cycling. Anyway, how you do things, you do it conscious community wise. So I seen in action, sir. Okay, so the expedite, they have dot grid, which is the way I like to write these days. They have dot grid. They have small A6. They got the A6. They got the big one. If you want to have one that's like 8.5 by 11, I don't know what you're gonna do with that. I like small little ones. They got little ones like this, which is an A5 size. Um, and because it's flexible like this, you can carry it around in something that you can write clearly and your pages won't come out. And what you could do is skip the first two pages. So if someone's nosing in your book, they have to go in the book to read it. But the first exercise is to take a moment to reflect back on the year or whatever time period. See, this is for undecided people. We're going to reflect on the year that just passed, the year 2019. And the best way to go at 2019 is month by month. Believe it or not. January, February, March. Stop. Stop there. What was you thinking? How was you feeling in the earlier winter season? Before winter went into spring. Then go April, May, and June. How was you feeling during the spring season as you entered into summer? Reflecting on that. Some of you may have been interested in going on a vacation, getting prepared for that, may have been job changes. In that period of time, I was chilling, and as soon as the summer was about to approach, that's when I lost Eloise when she passed away. Um, and then I just went into a straight fizz period where I just fizzed out with you guys. And I didn't realize I had a fizz out period until I had my breakdown. And from the moment of the breakdown, I've been cool because I hadn't processed her death and what it actually meant to me to have the longest living friend that understood me gone. And now I just have people supplanted here that I will have to explain me before they can really get me. This is somebody that grew with me. Or I have to spend another lifetime, another 20 years growing with somebody else or with somebody else's. So that was just it. Like one of the last people to know my life as it stood is gone. So everyone else, I'm just sharing it and I'm basically telling you now what it was like. She physically was here and could attest for it. Incidentally, today I was talking to somebody, but this is what we starting with. So for the next few days, I want you to reflect on the first half of 2019. The winter as it turned to spring as we entered the summer. And there's a reason why I want to stop at that phase so that you could just calculate everything. Because I know I went through massive emotions during that period of time. You understand? I got involved in something. I had to fight a little harder. There was just a lot of things going on at that period of time. And I'm sure there was a lot of things. Yeah. So incidentally, I was speaking to somebody today that called me. And she said, I got good news and I got bad news. What do you want? So I'm like, I don't know. Just give it to me straight, no shoot. Just give it to me straight. So she said, well, I'm on administrative leave at my job. Crickets. So I don't know what to think about that, right? So I was like, well, are you happy about it? So then she explained why she's on administrative leave. So I was like, holy cap. I was looking at her and I was like, well, I wasn't looking at her, but I was like, so she explained to me what were the circumstances behind her administrative leave. And then she was, I hope this lasts for a while. Then she explained what the consequences, well, not the consequences, because always the consequences could be terminated. But in the interim, I was like, well, is it a paid administrative leave? So she said, yes, if she does XYZ. So those are consequences that I'm talking about. So I'm like, okay. So y'all know I had to stop what I was doing and start taking some notes. And then she said, Girl, are you writing this down? I say, yeah. Cause she said, cause I was washing dishes at the time. And it's so crazy because I was in the kitchen, I was washing dishes, I was trying to find a spot to put the new Keurig at, right? So that it makes sense. And that T has prep room to do her stuff and thing. So then I decided to put it underneath a counter that had light underneath the counter, and then I put the sugar and all the accessories over there. So then I moved all the cups, I moved the plates out of that cabinet. So this is all the stuff I was doing while I was on the phone with her, but then I had to stop because I needed to take these notes. So she was like, "Why?" I was like, "Well, you know how this goes. I got to listen to what you said." So I listened to what she said. I wrote down what she said, and then I went back through what not to say, what I didn't think she should say. Um, and what kind of questions they could ask her and what kind of thing. So she said to me, when this is all said and done, I want to come on your YouTube channel and tell my story because other people need to know that this is happening to people out here. I said, girl, I'll let you tell your story on here, but stop it. These people in this real world don't care about these, this is real life, but um they don't care about this stuff. Honestly, they really don't care about this stuff. But when the time comes, if you want to, definitely can, not definitely will give you the platform to have that conversation. But I'm going to tell you about malicious intent. Now, of course, she is my friend, and I met her in the parent world, which means that we sat on committees together, and I met her through that experience. So I met her as a person who was advocating for other people, for children, for their parents, for education. So I know she's a fighter. I also know she's a two-time breast cancer survivor because the first time she went with her bout with breast cancer, I didn't know her then. In the couple of years that passed, a couple of years ago, she went through the second bout of breast cancer, and I knew her then. So I know what she went through, and the whole uh, to lose the breast, to not lose the breast. But I also know that throughout this ordeal, one of the defining moments is the job that she does and her commitment to the folks that she works with and for their benefit. So to have someone who's a peer file a complaint against you out of malicious intent um, is crazy. But I had to do a reality check with her in saying the short and sweet of the deal. Listen, honestly, we hope for the best with the investigation. Ain't no light skin Wednesday today. I didn't spend no money. I don't even understand what you're saying. Okay. Anywho, I believe her because it just sounds. I believe her. Because it just sounds ridiculous what the allegations are. And anybody can make an allegation that can put in her line of business that could put you out of work until they investigate it. Okay, so that I could live with. But then she said, and the reason why I'm telling you is because when this is all finished, we're gonna have to file something because they're gonna find out who called on the phone and who did this and who did that. And I said to her, honestly, I'm gonna have to start. I said I have to give you a reality check. No one is gonna be interested in that. No one's gonna be interested. All they're gonna be looking for right now is to find out, is there any truth? Is that allegation substantiated or unfounded? That's all you need to worry about now. Is it substantiated or is it unfounded? Because if it's substantiated, it affects your livelihood today and thereafter. And that's all that matters. Everything else, they're not going to look at it. They're not going to care who sent the email. There's too much people believing that this forensic science shit that you see on another 48 hours or whatever y'all seeing stuff on, that they go tracking down shit. It does not happen. You, Jack Spade. Jack Spade and Honey Lot, a love affair that only can happen inside of the lounge, the VIP section of the lounge. Anywho, um, so I don't want her to think that you can go finding this out because I had to learn the hard way with the 10K just how far somebody's going to investigate something. Once an investigator has set their mind on what's the best end game, right? So when you have like they try to figure out what's the best end game, and once they decide or determine what's the best end game, they normally stick to that path. So where I may be looking for in her case justice is finding out who filed the false report. The people that are looking at the report are just looking at it as, is this is this substantiated or is this unfounded? They not caring who filed this report. It's one report. It's not a pattern of reports. If you could come out and somebody just continues to file these false reports on you, then I could see them wanting to look stuff up. But immediately in every situation I find myself in, and I don't know how I find myself in these situations, but every situation I find myself in, there's a kooky part of the story. So as she's telling me something, she says, and someone sent a nasty email to my supervisor, threatening my supervisor or something. And I said, well, how did they send it? Did they send it from your personal email or did they send it from the company email? So I'm assuming it's the company email. So she said, I don't know until I speak further with the people. So I'm like, okay, all right, no problem. But as we're discussing it, she's explaining to me how she has to give access because temporary people and so on can't log into their system. So that she has to log in and allow other people to use her system while she's not supervising them while they're using the system to file their reports and stuff or to utilize the company's to have access because they don't give them access uh to the computer. So I said, so anybody who you've logged into in the system, that once you've logged in and you've let them type on your shit, can't they're you for the moment. So then I was telling her that she gotta get a little notebook like this, right? A little tinier one, like a traveler's notebook that's really tiny, and she gonna have to start acting like the police officer. You know how they be having those, or a newspaper reporter. You know how they be writing their stuff. You gonna have to start writing stuff there when you have to let people use your thing. Of course, I was like, they're not supposed to do that. And she's like, I was like, you need to look and find out if there's a written policy that tells you to do that, because you will need to, uh, keep that written policy somewhere through the duration of this bullshit right here. Until this is settled, you need to have that written policy in writing for you. And she was like, thing. Um, Forgive me, I gotta wrap my hair because then I will have too tight of a curl for tomorrow. And then I'm gonna get off of here. Um, and that's it. But I'm just like, uh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to supervise nobody. And I guess that's where I'm coming from. And that's it. So it's more to come on that situation for me. Um and that's it. I would have heard from her anyway because she called me the other day. I just didn't return her call. Um oh, there are some days. Now this is pretty good to me because I did this curl up in the car yesterday while I was waiting on T to get off of work. Happy holidays, King of Fall. And that's it. But that's it. T was telling me some reviews. Hey Diane from our hair salon, right? And she was saying that they was writing negative reviews about where we go to the hair salon, that they got product stuff inside their products and stuff. And I was like, I hope not, because I've been depending on them to be my natural stuff, and that's it. But it's kind of suspicious. I would have to admit. But T was like, they have their whole thing. Happy holidays to you too, sir. And that's that. Hey Diane. Oh, but I feel like the inside of my head, I feel like I'm doing the black girl pat. Oh, don't you just hate that when you be seeing them in the street doing all of this? I'm like, yo, your fucking brain don't want to be hit that hard. And that's that. Oh, yes. Now I gotta find, I don't know where I put it. I gotta find the other scarf. And when the hair is like silky, like this shit is right here, I can't get the other scarf to stay on in the nighttime. But um I have to do that. And I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna wear the little outfit Latia gave me to work. I need to find my Uggs so I can pull it off with my Uggs. Cause I think the shirt is long enough to cover the booty, and then it'll cover the booty, and then I'll just be like with the thing with the Uggs. I'll be able to wear the whatever those stretch tighty pants are, and that's it. Oh Jesus, oof, and that's that. Oh yes, and that's it. I wish I could have went to the casino today, but I didn't feel like I didn't get a parking spot until what time I got 5, like it was like 5:40 something. I didn't get a parking spot until then, so I was not in the mood. I was not in the mood. Diane, everyone's getting everyone's getting their oh, everyone's getting their composition notebook. And the first assignment is to start writing down your reflections for the first 6 months in 2019. Everything that happened in 2019 that what had an impact on you. So we're reflecting on 2019, the first 6 months of 2019, and then we're gonna move on. Um, your reflections on that period of time. And this is going to be a 3-month series. Yes, it is a 3-month series. There's an activity for every day in the week. So as I start the live, I will go into the activity first, and then we'll do whatever the live is about. But you will have the activity on the Sunday when we're doing the Sunday work. Hey, Daniela, how are you, honey? Um, as we and I want to shout out to someone who's never in the chat but watches my live, Bronx Beauty. Hey, lady, how are you? Because she comments all the time on my comments. Um, so I want her to know that I recognize her outside of the comments too. Um, so it is it's 3 months worth of activity. So it's going to give us an introduction to things. Remember, as we progress, it is going to be stuff that we are working on in it's gonna mostly move into our intentions and what our intentions are. But for now, we need to reflect in order to set our intentions, and we're gonna do it together. Um, I'm not sure how much I'm gonna share with y'all. My biggest, my biggest focal point for 2020 is I'm letting the men go. Absolutely, I'm letting all the men go that was in my life. I'm letting them all go, and that is the biggest deal with me for 2020. So I'm letting them all go. Yeah, let me just reflect on that. Did you hear what I said? So, yeah, I am really, I'm like, I think that whole, I think the whole thing with and I did not ask for the money back for for the safe. I did not ask for the money back. And the only reason why I didn't ask for the money back is because I was talking to T about something, and she was like, she needs to get a new bracelet because she can't get her charms off of the old bracelet. So I was like, um, oh, so it sounds like I'm gonna have to buy her a new bracelet, right? So I was like, I don't remember buying that bracelet. And she was like, no, 6 years bought me the bracelet. That's why I didn't want to cut it. Because in order to get the charms off, she's going to have to cut the piece off. So she was like, I didn't want to cut the piece off because 6 years gave me the bracelet. And I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot about that. So those are the reasons why I didn't ask for the money back from the thing, because I could think of a million times when a person probably did something for me and didn't ask me for anything back. So that was just it. But otherwise I was just going. But I'm leaving every man alone because I'm tired and I'm not benefiting. It doesn't benefit me. So if your presence is not better benefiting me, why do I have to be present? Why am I spending time on that? So with that being said, I'm just like, hmm. And that's it. The same way I walked away from family, and we all see me do that. I done walked away from family The only family I cannot abandon is the ones that came out of me. And if I ever got to the point where I had to abandon my kids, I don't know if I could function from that standpoint. So that's more to come on that. But that's basically it. Okay. To close out, I will close out with current events. Shout out to Evolve May, who is not here, who's probably spending time with her sister and, taking care of her loved ones and spending some time with her sons. Or her son. At least I know she has one son. Let's see, am I missing anybody else? If I missed you, that's okay. I didn't mean to miss you. But I've been all on this Trump shit. I've been all on. Hey, Darian. I've been all on this Trump stuff. And man, I don't know what channels. Y'all not gonna like me if I start covering this Trump stuff, right? And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, y'all not gonna be sitting up here writing y'all hateful stuff up in here and stuff like that on Trump. Because we better than this. Holy cow. I am listening to this stuff and I am like, OMG. I do have to come and do a whole separate live, as I said the other day, because I have to correct my saying that there were 3 presidents that were impeached, and one of them was Nixon. But because I said it was Nixon and some other dude, Johnson, right? But that's a technicality. Because Nixon, as I said, Nixon resigned, and this is how I said Nixon was the 3 presidents, right? And then I said, but damn, he resigned before they did what? So what happened next? So I've been like going through shit to try to figure out the chain of events. What happened first? What happened second? What steps came thick? And there was actually a Supreme Court decision that came out before this. So after the Supreme Court decision was dropped, then he resigned. And I believe the Supreme Court, I don't believe the Supreme Court decision, but the Supreme Court decision was that he had to release, he had to provide information to the committee that he was withholding or not allowing to. And this is so similar to this dude. What this dude is doing in office, right? To some extent. The bottom line is, from my perspective, and I just want y'all to know this from my perspective, I am going to cover Trump as fairly as I can cover it from a justice point of view, which means I'm going to look at it from Trump's position, from people prosecuting Trump, and then so on and so forth, to give you the 360 approach to it. But I want folks to realize one thing about Trump, right? He is doing the best he can as a celebrity to live up to his celebrity status. So when I look at who voted for him and how people voted and why he's sitting here in office, he's sitting here in office because there are some people that are couch potatoes that sit behind television screens who are unable to travel and commute. They might be on these social medias as well, but they watch television all day. And they see success in a limited way. And he represents a successful businessman. He's rude with it. He's got this sassiness about him, which is, for most people, see that as his bias, his prejudice. uh, all the things that thinking beings would consider to be the negatives. Folk that don't have much to live for don't see the same things that we see, because there's nothing that there's nothing they aspire to. And with that, you end up supporting somebody that you look at or that you see limitedly, this way. When we that you see in a limited fashion, and he's displayed as being hostile, aggressive, and assertive, a no holds bar person, and just because they want to do this to him, he's often looked at as a victim by some of the people that are watching him. So I don't know why these people think this way. I can't explain it, but they certainly, well, I just did explain it. But I don't agree with it. But this is how you have a Trump in office in the first place. It's when you are dealing with these type of people that make decisions. So in the next in the coming year, by 2020, one of my goals is to make sure that if you don't vote, I don't care if you don't vote. I don't care if you don't vote. I care if you're talking to me from a non-voter's perspective on changing the problem. I got a problem with that. If you don't vote, and you want to sit here and complain about something and think I'm gonna spend my time entertaining your complaints, I ain't got time for that. But I do want to encourage folks that you do have a voice, and encourage you that the same zest that people are seeing Donald Trump in, his aggressive assertiveness, and all those positives that have them out there voting for him, you need to utilize that same vote to stop that. Because people will vote against their interests, and other people will sit beside and watch their interests being destroyed because their pride won't let them participate in something. So I get it. Having been once part of a religion that said, do not vote, we do not participate in the political system, or what have you, I have to challenge that. Because in the world is where we live. And there comes a time that while you're participating in the worldliness, you have to make the worldliness understand or be aware of your presence. Because, see, as the worldly is doing what the worldly does, which is destroy and conquer, they need to understand that the other portion of us that heal and help and love and live exists. We are cohabitating with you, miserable forgetter about it. We are cohabitating with you, and we're not going to allow you to take us down with you. And that is the existence of Trump. He represents that image that so many hopeless people are hanging on to. And you just got to give hopeless people an understanding of hope. See, that was one of the biggest things about the Obama campaign when it first came out. It was the slogan. When Trump came out, it was his slogan. It was the momentum. When Bernie Sanders came around the first time around, it was the momentum. Um, Based on the slogan and what they were representing in the form of change, and how it inspired others that there would be a change. Now, We didn't see much change in Obama's administration because they drew in the political world, they drew a red line in the sand. And the same people that drew a red line in the sand to prevent him from carrying out his agenda are the same people that are drawing a red line in the sand to allow Trump to carry out his agenda. The players have not changed. They just changed the level, they just changed supporting the president. Where they didn't support one president, they have supported the other president. But they have worked against the interests of the people. They've worked against the interests of we, the people who form a union. They worked against it. They worked against their own voters that put them in office. They work against everything. Hear he. I just heard, so I have to check the dates on this to see when the NRA is starting to implode. Let me just see when this was because I heard this and then I was like, um, let me just look on this. The text messages be killing me. What did I say? All right, I knew I was behind times in a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna go back and do some more reading on that because it looks like the NRA is having issues as being that organization, but that comes back from the summertime. So I was doing some backwards diving. So it's in the it's in the summer. It's in the summer. Which would be interesting if the NRA is no longer a big player on the Republican side of things. But we'll see. Anyway, I know that when 2020 comes, I will definitely have more of these conversations with Underrated Darkness. Um, Somewhere in some kind of collabo with him, only because Underrated Darkness has a uh, he's the only channel right now that I'm aware of besides DOD. Um, who so him and DOD, that really DOD touches on a lot of stuff. He crosses over on a lot of things. But underrated between the boxing and the political stance, he definitely is the person that I can have a conversation with um, that has a passion. So I'm not saying DOD doesn't have a passion for it. I just he is I seen DOD. So here I go to my other channel. I seen DOD the other day. I was listening to something and I was like, wow, he really mad right now. He really mad. Not in a drama sense way, but just pointing out something and being meticulous about it. I'm like, oh wow, that's a real good astute observation on that person. Since I don't know some of these players. I can't really I can't really weigh in on uh, the merit of what was said, but the way in which it was said and the way in which it was stated and how it was presented was very it's the kind of conversations or healthy discussions you want to have when somebody is in discord with someone else. So I didn't find it to be unhealthy. I found it to be a nice way. What do y'all call it? Y'all write it in the top. You know, when someone takes out somebody nicely on there, uh, you know, it's done in a sophisticated manner, and I could appreciate that. And I know he does carry a lot of. He did air the Trump hearings, and you know he was involved in sharing with us the impeachment story. So I'm sure there'll be a time to have a conversation with him as well on this impeachment um, as it moves down. If it goes to, well, actually, it should go to court, right? And the court is going to be the Senate. So it should go to court. But the question is, will the Senate force it to come to court, or will they hold out on the Democrats? And you know, one of the most plotting Democrat there is Nancy Pelosi. She's got time. So you can't underestimate her understanding of the vote. She is one of those politicians who's been up there in Washington long enough to maintain the pulse of the political atmosphere up there. So she's always gauging it. She's always looking for the votes to move her forward. She doesn't try to make she's very strategic when it comes down to anything involving the votes. Anything involving how she's perceived and what she puts out as an end product. She's very conscious of that, and she tries. At least from what I've seen, she yeah, I had to come back on the phone because that thing 1, 2, 3. I don't know. All right. Let me see if this is okay. Connect to Panera automatically in the future. All right, hold on. I wonder why the thing it disconnected from my Wi-Fi. I don't know why. There's reasons why I like this program, and then there's reasons why I don't like this program. The only reason I like the program is when I could come back, just like I did just now, and see what that's all about. When I could recover the thing from my phone. But it's something not connecting well. I don't know how well you can hear me or not. Yeah, none of this stuff connected back. Anyway, that's probably a sign to get the hell off of here and get ready to tell people to enjoy the rest of their evening. We'll come back. There'll be plenty of time to talk about Agent Orange and his plans, his self-destruction. There'll be plenty of time. There'll be more than enough time to deal with that. Because that's just the way things are. Anyway, this is Mo, and I've got to go because I'm having technical issues. No, I really need to get ready for tomorrow anyway. You coming in clear, no picture though. Yeah, I could see the microphone is moving, but it's the microphone from it's the computer's microphone. It's not connected to anything else. And I'm surprised I even have a connection because on the Wi-Fi box, it says there's no connection. But you said have a grand holiday. You guys enjoy the rest. We'll be back. We'll be back at the same time. This is Mo.